While directing the movie Fitzcarraldo deep in the Peruvian Amazon, Werner Herzog describes the jungle as a land that God, if he does exist, has created in anger.
It's a land that God, if he exists, has created in anger.
I'm not going to get deep into the significance of this film. I recommend you to check it out. But this quote, a land that God, if he does exist, has created in anger, has stuck with me throughout my travels. For example, last year I spent a few days living in the slums of India, and after seeing rivers of garbage and having to use the scoop method to clean up after I go to the washroom, I won't elaborate, I was constantly saying to myself, God must have created this place in anger. But believe it or not, there's one place on earth where this phrase runs through my head even more than India, and that's here in Iquitos, Peru. Fittingly, the film Fitzcarraldo partially takes place in this city.
This church remains closed till the stone has its open out! I want my home!
Iquitos is the gateway into the Peruvian Amazon, and I've been here twice before as a tourist. But as someone just passing through, you're not exposed to this city's dark side. My friend Andrew is an American who has been living here for 3 years. He's literally lived in the ghettos, had run-ins with bandits, even several witches have attempted to curse him. Today he's going to be showing me the dark side of the biggest city in the Peruvian Amazon, from its extremely dark colonial history, present-day corruption, murder, and crime, to the dark magic that creeps under the surface. Enjoy. In the last 2 days in Iquitos, there's been 2 murders. Yesterday, a journalist was killed, and then 4 murders apparently. Well, I mean, 2 of that I know of. Yesterday, a journalist was killed, and the day before that, a young woman at a gas station just pumping gas was killed because someone tried to rob the gas station. In front of us, there's a protest going on. We're gonna try to get out and try to film what we can. Is this where it happened up here?
Yes.
How often in the city does this happen?
How often are there murders happening?
Yeah.
This year it's been like a murder a week. Some like 15-year-old kids showed up and tried to get some money from her, and she didn't even resist. They shot her in the back, she died.
Yeah, but and then the journalist, that was more politically driven.
We have no idea what he was investigating, but obviously somebody put a hit on him. And this morning he was in a motor car, and they were obviously following his movements, knew his whereabouts, because some dudes pulled up and blew his head off.
Like, the police don't do shit about this.
No, not at all.
They're almost so corrupt they're involved in some capacity or another.
At every level of the Peruvian judicial system, there's zero accountability whatsoever. Even when the police actually do their job, the Peruvian Fiscalia, the prosecutors, will 100% make sure that the people get out on the street within a couple years. They will bribe their way out. Just people like don't stay in jail. The conviction rate is like little to none. Everything's paid off. If you have the money and you have the connections, you can do whatever you want. If you're a Peruvian and you're involved in the police and business, you can pay your way off anything you want.
You were saying here in Iquitos, people don't protest much. Like, it takes a lot for people to protest here because they're kind of lazy, right?
I wouldn't say laziness. That's not fair exactly, but
okay.
Especially because of the Peruvian Civil War, people don't know a lot about. Starting in like 1980, there was a Maoist insurrection in Peru, and it almost toppled the entire country. And then there were other groups in the 90s that tried to take over the government. It's a long story, but a strongman president, Fujimori, came in the 90s, was able to get a hold on all the terrorism. Technically, the Civil War goes on to this day. Like, it's been 40 years and the war is still technically happening. It doesn't help things get addressed.
Because I think in a lot of Latin American countries, I see so many protests, you know, like Colombia, Mexico, Ecuador, but yeah, not so much here in Peru.
Peru does not, the Peruvians do not protest enough. They should protest way more. The police and the security forces killed like over 200 Peruvians. So protesting is a big deal here in Peru. It's not that easy. We're happy to put down any protest. So you're hearing what's going on. I think those are fireworks being thrown at the police, but we're about to see what's going on.
All right, we're gonna try to get into the thick of it. I stick out like a sore thumb. Look how much taller I am than these aunties over here.
There's no justice, there's no system, there's nothing. So people are fed the fuck up.
Who is that? What's up, dog? I'm good, dog.
That's cool. That dude knows you. Go say what's up, bro.
What's good, G? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
What's your name, Paul?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dog. You live here, right?
Yeah, I live here.
So you're a Canadian living here, right?
Yeah.
Shit. How long you been here?
Oh, 8 years.
Damn.
8 years.
Why are you in the jungle?
Enjoy the plant medicine, the freedom.
Hell yeah. Ex-military, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dog. That's sick.
Well, yeah, I had originally found your contents on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I found it. I just seen some ducky boats. some Taliban running in ducky boats, eh?
Por culpa de estos policías, ¿sí o no? ¿Sí o no? Porque ellos no hacen su trabajo, solamente viven para hacer huelgas aparentes. ¡Levántense, pueblo! ¡Vengan a apoyar al
She's saying you do checkpoints, but for what? Just to rob people. You don't protect anybody. She's 100% right.
We're kind of in the thick of it now. A lot of the crowd has came over to this corner because of this husband and wife driving by had some words to exchange for the police officers. And I guess they caused such a commotion that now all the police have gathered around their car. Good for this guy though. Him and his wife that took a lot of cojones. They should really let him go. If they do know what's best for the people, if they're really here to serve and protect the people of Iquitos, they would really let him go right now. Whoever's in charge of these police officers is not making a good decision right now. And even the people are like, let's go, let's go. The people are being like, let's go. The people are telling the cops to get out of the way and let's go. The people are defending him and letting the car go. They're grabbing onto the car and being like, let's go. Well, there's like 2 cops in there being like, stop. Wow, wow, wow. And now the people are pushing. That woman is pushing the cop away, being like, let the car go. This man is there pushing police away, saying, let the car go. Good for these people. These people are literally standing up with police with weapons. This man has his hand close to his gun and whatnot, and these people are just walking by the car being like, let this car go. These are just good citizens that were here to demonstrate, to express their opinion and protest non-violently, and these people are defending them because that is their right. That is their every right to do. And now the police are walking with the car. Like, it's really not a good sign for them. And now you got a good amount of protesters now. The police officers are taking a picture of their license plates. Look at this guy. Good for this guy in the Fly Emirates shirts. He's literally like flowing. Yeah. Woo! Good for them, dude. They got away. And that wasn't really necessary. Now you got a big gang of police officers here, riot shields, trying to ensue something. Dude, it was only because of the people there that were helping out the people in the truck that they were able to get by the police. Like elderly women who were like pushing the police away from the car.
That man would have been pulled out of his car and at the very least like insane fines put to him, and they would have tried to get, you know, a big bribe out of him. At the worst, his entire reputation ruined, maybe his car impounded. Could have gotten really bad. And all they were saying is, fuck you, you worthless police, you don't protect us, all you do is rob us, which is 100% the truth. And the police got mad because that's all they're good for, and they tried to arrest him.
Now things are starting to escalate more. I feel like this all started because of that truck back there, you know? And this police is getting spat on, but I feel like it was very peaceful before they got involved with that truck. And now the people are getting more aggravated and like pushing almost against the riot shields. It seems that things have died down here. This was really just a spur of the moment thing, you know. About 2 hours ago we were told there was a protest going on here, but yeah, we're gonna continue this tomorrow. We're basically now on the Malecon, basically the more tourist side of Iquitos. You see this old Spanish architecture. There's a lot around here. You have all these buildings made in the 1800s. Essentially, there was a lot of industry back then, and this was a happening place, but it was also a dark history. In the 1800s, the late 1800s, there was a rubber boom. They discovered the trees in the Amazon you could cultivate rubber from. So many European, Spanish conquistadors came here and they basically enslaved the entire population of native people in the jungle to cultivate their rubber. And what they would do is they would take these big rubber ships up and down the tributaries of the Amazon, and that's where they would be cultivating the rubber from. The history of colonization is so dark. I hear that they would just kill off the population the same way that someone would swat a mosquito off their arm. I've talked about the movie Fitzcarraldo a little bit, and that's essentially about the rubber boom in this area, but I don't think it touches on essentially how evil it was back then. Is this your boy's place?
Yes, welcome to the house of the Moray family. They were one of the most prestigious rubber baron families, rulers of Iquitos. And this is their ancestral home that they have converted into a hotel. And my friend Lucho just happens to be the guy in charge of the hotel.
Lucho, ¿cómo estás? ¿Hablas inglés?
Some English, yes.
Okay, wow. This is an amazing building. How old is it?
More than 100. It was built in 1913.
1913.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was during the rubber boom, right?
Yeah, that was right smack dab during the rubber boom.
What is the name of the hotel?
Casa Moray Hotel.
Casa Moray Hotel.
It's a good hotel.
How much for one night?
For one person is $50.
$50, not bad.
$180.
180 soles. Okay, not bad. And where was the old Amazonian brothel?
The old Amazonian brothel, where we actually just passed definitely one of them, and they were all through here.
They recently gentrified the Malecon of Iquitos. It used to be full of pasta addicts. I'm not talking about the Italian delicacy pasta. Pasta is essentially the remainder of crack cocaine, the very cheap bits of the coke production. This kid just did a nice ollie. All right, we might have to take a break from our history lesson to skate. Okay, hacerlo. Wow. Yo, ¿puedo probar? Okay, graba. Gracias. All right, let's see if I can do this with fucking LV flip-flops.
Wow! Bravo. Bueno.
Kickflip. No puedo. Ok, gracias, amigo. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Joseph.
Joseph. Bueno, ok. ¿Y tú?
Mauricio.
Mauricio. Pepe. No hay muchos skaters aquí en Iquitos.
Poco.
Solo poco. No hay un parque, ¿sí?
No hay skatepark, no.
No, solo las calles.
Calles.
Yeah, bueno. Oh, this is a nice, it's a good ledge. Bueno ledge.
No
Yeah.
slide.
No slide, okay.
$50.
Good. The gentrification of the Malecon has led to much better skate spots. Like, it's probably the smoothest ground in the city to skate. Okay. Kickflip?
YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, okay, kickflip. Over this. Oh, I want to do them over it, but... Okay. Bueno, amigos. Gracias. Yeah, I lost my train of thought on the history lesson. I think we're gonna enter the rubber ship. Hola, amigos. Reggaetonero?
Negro.
Reggaetonero. Un canción? Un canción? Yeah? Un canción? Okay, beat. Una beat. No? No puedes?
No.
Okay.
Nervioso, se pone nervioso.
Nervioso. Yeah.
Tímido.
Okay.
Tímido.
Mañana. Okay. Gracias. Marihuana? Mañana también. Okay. Gracias. I keep getting distracted by my history lesson from reggaetoneros and skaters, but yeah, this is the old rubber ship we're gonna board. About 2 years ago when I first came to the Amazon, we just found one of these like in the middle of the jungle that was being used as a research post, and we boarded it. At the time, I didn't know any of the history of the rubber holocaust that took place. And then someone told me about the movie Fitzcarraldo, and I looked it up, and then I understood the history more. The rubber holocaust has led to a lot of the dilapidation in the region. Like, this used to be one of the richest places in all of the Americas because of the rubber boom, and after that, they left them with absolutely nothing, completely depleting their population. Like, we see with many cases of colonialism. Probably sound like an SJW, but this is just the history. Maybe this is symbolism, but you have like the symbol of colonization over here, and then over here just like abject poverty of like floating homes and whatnot of the people currently, when back over 100 years ago this city was a city of wealth, a city of means. Same thing with all the other cities of the Amazon like Manaus. And now if you go to like Balin, it's just complete abject poverty. People, there's no industry here besides like fishery. About to the mid 1900s, rubber, they were able to make it synthetically, and the rubber boom corresponded with the boom of the auto industry. So it's really popular for tires and whatnot. There's a huge demand for it, and that's why you saw these European rubber barons coming here, making these massive homes, advocating for opera houses, and making these Amazonian cities like amazing places. And now, no more rubber, or they make it synthetically. No more rubber barons. The only white people here come here for spiritual reasons, for plant healing. I'm just kidding. It's still kind of pasty down here, you know? There's still some decent amount of pasta addicts that chill down here, right? Yeah. Like these guys. ¿Tienes pasta? Pasta no. No? But queremos pasta. Ah, mapero. Wow. So, I mean, it was probably from the late 1800s to the early 1906. And it's probably, oh, hola, ¿cómo estás? Does it cost anything, or you think it's, oh, it's like, we're kids. Estamos niños, adultos. Yes. Okay, dos niños, porfa. Dos gatos, porfa. Okay.
No,
No.
it's 10 per person.
Oh, okay, yeah. You told me wrong. She should have just kept it, you know? She could have had herself a little tip. She was too honest. All right, is this cat our tour guide? Wow. You could imagine being a conquistador, going down the tributaries of the Amazon River and waking up every morning. What's that? Oh wait, she's showing us? Whoa. I didn't realize this was like an actual tour. Oh my gosh.
Wow, so it looks like the rubber barons at least are living in style. All the Indians are definitely upstairs sleeping on the decks, but these dudes, big cigars and easy chairs.
Would you say in all of history, like the rubber holocaust is like one of the greatest travesties that's like not known to basically anyone?
Yeah, honestly, probably. So a little bit of background information. Maybe people have heard of King Leopold and the Belgians in the Congo, what they did in the Congo. They absolutely raped people there. They cut off people's arms for rubber. Before that happened, rubber did not exist, and the rubber needed for vulcanization to make rubber products was only available here in the Amazon. It was only later that they extracted the seeds and varieties of rubber plant and brought them to Southeast Asia, Borneo, the Congo. First, it was all here in the Amazon, and what happened here was what is known as El Caucho, the rubber holocaust. 1840 to in the 1850s, thanks to indigenous people showing rubber to foreigners, rubber became known, and then the vulcanization process with Robert Goodyear.
From like Goodyear tires.
Exactly, with the complete destruction of hundreds, if not thousands, of tribal peoples, their ways of life, their territory, their languages, but not only that, but tens to hundreds of thousands of people pressed into slavery to make rubber quotas, and women pressed into prostitution and sexual slavery. And not too long ago, less than 150 years ago. And so all of these people will see, all of it was built on the backs of taking tribal people hostage and forcing them into slavery. And there was a caste system going on from the most Indian to the least Indian up until European or Criollo, which is Spanish Peruvian.
So it's basically how brown you are.
Honestly, it was basically how indigenous you were. The conditions were absolutely horrendous. And it was the same thing as like American slavery. And this is how this entire fortune in industry was maintained, by this like extreme caste system of violence and slavery.
You know how there's like all these stories of like uncontacted tribal people, whenever they see outsiders, they basically shoot to kill on sight. Yes. And I heard this is because of like the repercussions of the rubber holocaust. Basically, like the ones who made it out, they got even deeper into the Amazon jungle. You know, these stories are spread of the conquistadors coming on their land and enslaving their people. So now, through this word of mouth, they're just like any outsider that is not part of our tribal people are basically come here to like rape and enslave us. That's why we must kill on sight.
Knowing the makeup of most Amazonian tribes pre-contact and rubber holocaust, I'm sure there were some whose disposition was just shoot arrows right on first contact. The majority of them were very peaceful and curious. That quickly changed. So now the few uncontacted peoples left in the Amazon through oral tradition have the information of the Caucho. And so almost now all tribes that are uncontacted are extremely dangerous.
And that's why whenever we were going through uncontacted lands in the Warani territory, we were told not to fuck around. Like, our boat got stuck in one of the uncontacted places and our guide Boya was like, this is not good, we're in danger. Because if any of those uncontacted people made eyesight with us, saw us, it would have been game over. Whoa, this is cool. Damn. I'm not no engineer, so I don't know how it would work, but it was a wood burning stove and that somehow moved this giant propeller. Combustion and stuff. Science. Science, 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 science. And this was probably the galley. Did you know what they called the kitchen on a boat? The galley? I bet you.
On the poop deck.
I bet you didn't know that. I know a lot about boats. Do you know what they call the bathroom on a boat? The head.
The mizzen mast.
The yeah.
Yeah, dude, it would not have been too lit to be down here.
No, it would have
Shoveling,
sucked.
To be like a indigenous man.
Yeah, that would have been like pretty bottom cast job.
Yeah, just being a sweet native dude and you're like hunting monkeys and scaling trees and then you're just getting like beaten by some sweaty like pink, you know,
Yeah.
dude.
Some guy named Gilbert.
Yeah. Jeez. Jeez. Gilbert, you fascist.
Some tea sipping guy named Gilbert.
Yeah, it's not chilling at all, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, look at all these fucking white gentlemen like in the middle of the Peruvian jungle. Just looking like absolute fucking dorks,
Their little
dude.
slave boy.
Yeah, exactly. They're looking like such fucking dweebs, dude.
They were not good people.
Whoopsie doozlies. Damn, are these like... This looks like some modern day cocaine extraction. Bro, the fruits of the Amazon, baby. Rubber, fucking passion fruit, and cocaine. That's what it's all about. They're just on to the next industry. Industry after industry. Okay, the Amazon. It's quite a facade. On surface level, you have things like monkeys. Hey, little bro, parrots and jaguars and cute things like that. But on the human side, in these big cities in the middle of the Amazon, like Iquitos and Manaus, there's a darker side to the Amazon. There's witchcraft. We're heading to the witches market. How many times have the women of Iquitos tried to curse you?
And even probably a good 20 times.
Do like the majority of women here claim to be witches, like mess with witchcraft or what?
No, not at all. Not the majority. But
a lot of them.
I would say 90% of this city either has somebody in their family or knows somebody who, if they are not a practicing witch, goes to a witch. So here we are, Pasaje Paquito. Okay? This is the witches market, the plant market.
I remember a couple days ago you came here and bought a bunch of this, basically protection for your home.
Yeah, we were just buying this, which is ruda, and this is a plant from Europe, but it's also growing in the Andes, and it's just believed to attract wealth and positive energy, and as well to clean negative energy. And I just like how it smells more than anything. So we're gonna be honest and very frank. Here in Iquitos, there's some very dark energy and a very dark culture, and it's not all just plant medicine. A lot of it is just evil witchcraft.
But something like this, like boa oil, the oil of a boa constrictor, a snake.
Una consulta. Están preguntando para qué sirve la grasa de boa, por ejemplo.
Las grasas de boa son para crustaciones, para dolores articulares, para el frío, para el reumatismo, para artritis.
Yeah, so that has no application to
Yeah, no, that sounds like
something spiritual. This is a good example of a medicinal product.
maybe some might see it's a little inhumane, but do you think this whole thing is made from a whole boa, like all the oil of a boa, or what do you think? Or do you think it's mixed with something else?
I don't know if this is great for your video, but I don't think a lot of it's actual.
No, dude, if it's fake, tell me.
I think a lot of it's fake as shit.
So what do you think it would be?
It
Fucking
could
dolphin oil?
Probably pig, bro. Or it's boa fat, but it's cut.
Next question, what about a pusanga?
Pusanga would 100% be witchcraft from pheromones of a dolphin, but they come of all different forms and from plants. And the idea is that you put this pusanga on, you put it on somebody else, and it gives you power over them. Not just sexually, but in many instances of the power of suggestion. But for most intents and purposes in Iquitos, women put on pusanga, and then they have sex with you, and your spirit becomes intertwined to them, and you find yourself madly in love with them, and you have no idea why. That's pusanga. That would be witchcraft because it is spiritual manipulation without your consent.
One of the strongest pusanga is the vag oil from a female dolphin.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can find that here. You can give her this tip.
Señor, disculpe la voz. ¿Nos puedes explicar, o sea, para qué sirve todo eso, ese rompehechizo, de qué está hecho?
Ajá. El rompehechizo es cuando las personas te hacen daño y eso es para liberar, para limpiar, para purificarte, para sacarte toda la maldad, toda la envidia, todas las cosas malas. Te puedes bañar y regar también tu negocio, tu casita para allá. Creo que la camalonga, tiene la mucura, tiene la cosacha, un negocio para pagar la casa, pero para ti, bueno, para traer tanto para el trabajo, para el amor, para el negocio.
Para que te vaya bien
para
todo.
Que te vaya todo bien.
Ah, interesante. ¿Quién pusanga? Esos son pusangas.
El ven a mí.
Ah, ven a mí. Like come to me. Ah. Oh, this is like an attraction one? Oh wow, that's very, very strong.
I don't want to smell it.
No? You're gonna be attracted to her if you smell it?
I'm attracted to you, dog.
Wow, that's very, very nice actually. I'm getting a little turned on. No, I can see how that might have some strong, pheromonal effects.
I mean, this is to obviously like attract somebody, so you can not only get them and have sex with them, but that they stay wildly in love with you.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you believe it works?
A lot of this stuff depends a lot. One, it depends on intent. Two, it depends on the person you're doing it to, where their energy is at. It depends on a lot of factors. But also, a lot of this stuff has a lot to do with the power of suggestion and will. The minute that you open yourself up to the possibility that it is working on you, you open yourself up, not in a spiritual way, but just in a psychological way, to generating, obviously, to psyching yourself out to the point where you start manifesting things that aren't. But this is also how witchcraft works. The idea is witchcraft is to sow a seed of thought in somebody, and that seed grows into something they believe, and then it starts manifesting itself as damaging their life or affecting them or this or that.
Do you think any of these lovely ladies...
Pero está específicamente buscando pusanga de buceo.
De bufeo.
De
Dame el
bufeo.
bufeo, Janine. Rocío, el bufeo, para se le vea
Here's
el acá.
here we have another type of
Bien
pusanga.
fuerte, ¿no?
What's that one from? I'm looking for the strongest of them all. The strongest of them all is the dolphin pussy. Last time I was here, pretty much exactly in this one spot, we did find, oh, she's dropping her potions. We did find the pusanga of the dolphin pussy, and the lady on her actually had a dolphin pussy in a bucket. Oh,
¿Y de
so
qué parte está hecho?
that lady had one, she just handed it to her.
Pero de qué parte de
Su
bufeo?
aceite.
Su aceite mismo.
De sus partes íntimas. Sea
De
del
sus
hombre o
partes
de la
íntimas.
mujer.
¿Y para qué sirve eso?
Usanga, para camar, para cagar.
Yeah.
Is it really strong? Does it work well?
Y este sería la pusanga más fuerte.
Es la pusanga más fuerte.
She's saying yes, this is made from the oil of the dolphin, but specifically from its intimate parts, whether it be the male or the female.
Let me see this. And this, this vial, are we able to smell it? Or would you not dare to do that?
You can if you want, dude.
How do they do that? How do they extract this from a female dolphin? What kind of process is
Lo
it?
derriten.
Así nomás.
Do they
Pene, un pedacito.
they pleasure it?
No, she's saying they melt the fat down out of the animal. Pero por ejemplo, si esto sería hecho del peine de bufeo, ¿eso sería para hombre o para mujer? No,
Hombre o mujer usa.
no,
Porque algunos son de doble.
doble
Usa,
fila.
ajá, el hombre.
Estamos en Iquitos, muchos son de doble fila, ¿sí o no?
Sí, pues. En
Muchos-
otras partes también hay, no
Sí,
solo
¿no?
en Iquitos.
Claro.
Bueno, en tu país también hay. Por eso usan pusanga.
Hay pusanga, pero no de bufeo, no, pues.
No, pues de boxeo no, acá en Iquitos, pero de lo que les gusta el hombre y la mujer hay en todas partes.
Eso sí.
Eso te sacas un poquito y le tocas a la
She can
persona
have
que
it. We'll just toss her a tip. I don't want to be messing with
Should I ask her if she
dolphin.
thinks it's okay?
What do you mean? Yeah, go ahead.
Entonces, otra pregunta. ¿Usted cree que está bien hacer cosas así? Pusanguear, pues. ¿Por qué sí?
Porque a veces el hombre o la mujer ¿cómo te puedo decir? Se burla, te usa y te deja. En cambio con eso, por más que esa mujer no te quiera, la mujer.
Ah, entonces, pero eso suena un poco resentida, la
Pero
verdad.
está bien,
¿Por qué
pues. Tú
está
verás
bien?
cómo, en qué forma lo usas.
Pero se
Porque
supone...
eso también te sirve para que atraigas, para la plata, quiere ese hombre.
Eso está
De
mal.
repente él quiere a la fuerza esa mujer, como del lugar quiere estar con esa mujer, o como ese hombre ya pues corre a eso.
Y con eso se arregla.
Con eso bruto le amarra. Totalmente.
Ay, ay, ay.
Tienes hijos. Una familia forma, ¿sí?
Peor ahí es peor amar que hay.
Peor ya.
Ponte Jesucristo ya. Ponte Jesucristo. Amiga.
Ya esto.
Yo no hago cochinada. Ahí nomás.
Te va a servir.
No me sirve.
Now she wants.
Te va a servir cuando encuentras una mujer que te haga sufrir, no regreses acá.
Okay.
No vengas, estás sufriendo por una mujer.
¿Cómo es este? ¿Qué es este?
Ya
¿Qué
me
nombre
van a
tiene
dar
para
para mi
que sirva?
gracias,
What are these?
Claro que sí.
Este es el alacrán.
Do I eat it?
¿Cómo se llama?
Alacrán es
Alacrán.
uno de los piripiris.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump?
Ajá, piripiri muy bueno para amansar, dominar, para bajar el carácter.
A
Ya
su pareja, lo que
sea
sea.
pareja, ya sea el socio, a la socia.
O sea, hagas tomar eso a otra persona.
No, por ejemplo, tú vas a hablar con una persona,
Ya.
tú quieres que todo te salga bien, eso te vas masticando. Te masticas cuando vas a hablar porque tú le domines a la persona.
All of the stuff they're explaining to us right now has been done to me. And I didn't believe in it until it started showing up, specifically in my dreams and in my subconscious. And then it was a tremendous battle to get it out of my life. Yes.
So what would I use here if my lawyer fucked me over?
Esto es una esencia, especialmente cuando vaya a hablar con su abogado, para que domine, amance, para que le tenga ahí al abogado. Desde acá, él va a ir usando cuando vaya a hablar con su abogado, para que su abogado no esté ahí haciéndole un mal.
Seguir en su trabajo.
Claro, el alacrán
Alacrán, ajá.
tiene limoncillo, tiene piripiri, tiene motelillo y tiene la chimipampán.
These indigenous people have been doing this for thousands of years, so it's like it's not just hocus pocus, you know. There must have been some
There's
kind
a
of
reason.
confirmation to it.
It's not a placebo.
Yeah.
And they are very, very adept in the spiritual realm here in the Amazon.
Yeah.
More, and people in the Western world have lost much connection with this. Also, we found Jesus, and we don't need it anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
La suerte,
Oh, this is for good luck.
protección, suerte.
Protection and good luck.
Para suerte.
And ¿qué es adentro?
Es el guairuro.
Duro.
Habla español muy bien, ¿no?
Sí, poco. ¿Cómo se dice?
Guairuro.
Guayuduro. ¿Es en planta?
Es una semilla para la suerte.
Ah,
Seed of a tree
it's a seed of a tree.
that brings luck and protection.
Para que tengas suerte en todo.
See, in my mind, that just doesn't compute. I see a seed of a tree, it's a seed of a tree. You know, it goes to make more trees. I don't see how this computes to being on my skin and makes luck, but I guess that's just my ignorance.
Their idea is that these trees that these things come from have an actual spirit, the same way that they have the same life in them that is flowing inside of you. Whatever life is, it's inside that tree the same way it's in you. It's a light, it's a thing, whatever, it's something. So the essence of this tree and the spirit can be in their seed, and then this is like putting on a piece of armor that also in the spiritual realm has effect against other things. And there's like a hierarchy of energies, and this protects against certain energies. That's the way they view it.
Good explanation. Gracias.
Gracias a ustedes.
Buenas tardes. I think that's a voodoo doll of some sort.
Ay, ay.
Should we ask her?
Buenas. Me está preguntando, ese muñequito para qué sirve eso.
Es un vudú para el amor, amarre.
Ah, pero también para hacer daño, no solo amor,
El
¿no?
negro es para el daño, el rojo para el amor.
Ah, vamos a ver por su tiempo, pero ¿usted cree que esa cosa está bien?
O si está bien,
Sí,
algo así.
Ah.
Obviamente no. Claro, le rebota pues.
claro que sí. And she's saying, of course this stuff exists. If it didn't exist, people wouldn't put so much time into it. We can talk about how much it exists or how really weak it is or it's not that deep.
Or the placebo behind it.
For sure, but it exists to some extent.
A big theory of mine is that here in the jungle for years and years, the strongest of hallucinogens have existed through ayahuasca or even fucking hallucinogenic toads, things like that. So when you have plants that can alter your mind to that extent, then you probably start putting some faith into everything else to have some meaning, to have some effect, some healing on your body, when it's mostly probably just the powerful ones like the ayahuasca root that really actually does something. And then and then it comes to every single plant and animal from the Amazon has come here and they've kind of subscribe some effect to literally every single flora and fauna of the jungle, when in reality there are just a few very, very powerful plants that can do a lot to your mind and wellness. Gracias. I think I'm I mean, I noticed a lot of people have these, I don't even know if they're real, but like the caiman heads, they have snake skins, she's a sloth arm. Her arm is literally laying on that armadillo, and she's got like sloth arms and shit there. Another dark side to Iquitos is essentially the poverty. These are the floating villages of Bailin. Entirely everything you see in front of us is on the water. I'm not gonna get into that in this video because the last video we made, we spent 3 days living here in Bailin, and I think, yeah, that's the video before this, so you can watch that now. We're in the center of Iquitos right now, and we're heading to Andrew's old hood. He claims it's a shithole ghetto place where people would put voodoo dolls on his doorstep.
Also murders and lots of robbery with machetes.
Yeah, a lot of murder for hire. Yeah. They just dress up in Aboriginal clothing and asking for tips?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the hood.
Yeah, we're entering Andrew's old neighborhood. Bro, who do we have to check in with?
Me.
Okay, buddy.
And let's see if some people recognize me. So this is my old house, bro.
Amigos, ¿cómo está? Uh-oh, enemy territory. I'm pulling up. ¿Qué están jugando? Casino. Ah, Casino Iquitos. I don't want to get mixed up with this hood rat shenanigans, boys. It's all good. It's all good. I don't need to get involved. They seem like good kids.
When the sun goes down.
Ask them if it was dark, would they rob a motherfucker like me?
Está hablando huevada. Me está preguntando si él vendría acá en la oscuridad, pues le choreas.
No. ¿Qué está con el celular? ¿Qué está con el celular?
Tranquilo, esta zona.
No. Buenos chicos, ¿sí?
Yes.
In Toronto dicen,
No problem.
You're good youths, okay? You're a good youth. You're miskin, okay? Okay, gracias, amigos. Disfruta.
So this is where I lived for almost 3 years. It was complete made out of wood. There was none of this in the street. It was complete dirt. It was just non-stop people all out here, all hours of the day, always gambling, man, always drinking, always doing bullshit. Trying to be nice to people.
Would you hear gunshots?
Not a lot. People do work with machetes over here. Machetes and knives. I had a lot of problems with people, a lot of arguments. This person next door is a witch. A witch lives there. I think she's a very weak witch. And she would blow her stuff and filth like into my house at all hours of the day. And like I was saying, people would throw animal parts on my sidewalk. They would put blood on my door. There would be bags with my photo and blood in it. Voodoo dolls. It was like multiple people who I had never done anything to. It's just, it's the culture in Iquitos, man. If you let up for a second, you'll get so robbed here. People will go up in your house and take everything you got. So, damn, dude. It was fun. This is how I became El Gringo Charapo. Because when I first got here, I could barely speak Spanish. I knew nobody. Fun times here. Been through a lot of fun stuff here. But as you can see, man, the neighborhood's getting a little better. I mean, a lot of these kids are like wrapped up in some gang stuff and selling drugs. And if not that, then they're just like lazy and not doing anything. But it's gotten a lot better. Also, at the end of the street is my church that I used to go to, and that's with a bunch of great people. There's obviously a lot of poverty, but there's also really good people who live in this area who are honest, hardworking. My next door neighbor's really good person, so it wasn't all bad. I found inside here one time, I think there's a video of that on my YouTube, a giant, literally like giant tarantula I didn't identify. And it's not actually, it was totally chill. It let me catch it and all this stuff. It was like giant tarantula. I woke up in the morning, it was right by my bed. Huge. And I took it outside, and all my neighbors were like, witchcraft. Witchcraft. I was like, what? They were like, that's witchcraft. And so then I just set it down to like let it go free, and they're like, no. They were mad. They were like, if that's gonna kill a child, and they stomped it out.
Nah, that's so whack. And dude, witchcraft,
it wasn't even dangerous.
Witchcraft here is the biggest cope, you know? Anything bad happens to someone, they blame it on witchcraft. Any problem they need solved, oh, let's use witchcraft. It's like, pull up your fucking bootstraps, like face hard times right in the face. Don't cope and use witchcraft. That's silly goosery.
It's Rotan.
Yeah, it is. Rotan.
Famous Muay Thai fighter.
Bro.
This is my bro here to me. He's the barber for this whole neighborhood. And he's recently a father, working hard. My dude started his own barber shop. Dude is honest, Like seriously, like not everybody around here is an honest, good dude. This dude is an honest, good, hardworking, like seriously heart of gold person, bro. So
hell yeah. And you come here to just bless him up a little bit?
Yeah.
I might have a 50 for him. This is like a swampland. These people have like built on top of this swamp. Damn, bro.
Up here at night you get robbed and then people just dip, bro.
Those houses are like fat in the middle of the swamp. Oh my lord. Why are so many people here in poverty? If you could summarize it.
You want to film all the gang graffiti? Number one would be exploitation. The authorities, the government, they're extremely corrupt and they hate their own people. They're intent on maintaining people here in slavery. They don't care if they get rich or poor. They want them to be poor. Second would be their culture. Their culture and the ignorance here and the dishonesty and the emphasis on having horrible values and just partying and
laziness. Living
day to day, and laziness is why the poverty.
Look, I have a lot of hope in humanity, but when we did that Baylin video, I saw a lot of it. It's a lot of like biting the hand that feeds. It's a lot of asking for handouts. It's not really about community, you know? Like I go to a lot of like third world countries, and a lot of like the people struggling get by because they can count on their community. There they don't count on their community at all. They just kind of like take from each other. And yeah, it felt like a very selfish place where like people just wanted a handout for being lazy and like not really doing much.
There's a lot of broken homes. There's not much values. There's not a lot of honesty. There's not much work ethic.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
It's one of the most dangerous, also poorest parts of Iquitos, known for a bunch of gang activity, murder for hire. Not too long ago, there was a sicario hitman killing up here and around to the right at like 9 in the morning. This is a rough area. He's tied up to Peruvian football team, Alianza San Raul. And this side of the neighborhood has beef with this side of the neighborhood over here.
Damn, why'd you put your head up?
Because I look full Colombian, bro.
That was sus, bro. What the hell?
People know me over here.
It's kind of sus, dude. It looks like I'm kind of like following around like a Colombian loan shark today.
And we're gonna visit the family, some of my mentees whose house burned down, man. Let's see how they're doing.
How did it burn down?
We have no idea. We don't know yet.
Jeez, this is a rough roads. And is it down this street?
It's right here. These are the houses. This is what the money has gone to. This is what the donations that people gave me for my own money. This is what we've done. Some of their own money. They did like a cookout. This is what they've been able to do. You can throw my video in the description so you can see that their house burned to the ground, left with nothing.
Yeah, we will.
Ashes.
And put the GoFundMe in there too. They have a little almost like tent shelter in there.
So if you can see right now, the other people have already got roofs up, and donations kind of stagnated. We haven't been able to get a roof up. So they're still in a tent, and it's been like 4 months. Damn. With rains, heavy rains, mosquitoes.
Damn. That's rough.
13 houses burned down. You seen that?
What's that?
I would not film that interaction. But
oh, those guys behind us.
Who do you think they are?
They look like loan sharks.
That's exactly what's going on.
Fuck, dude. Well, now I kind of want to. So you're saying behind us there's literally...
put them on camera.
Apparently, behind us there's like loan sharks, and he's telling me not to film them. Colombian dudes, you know? I don't know.
Damn, dude. You can imagine, like, yeah, so there's 2 Colombian loan sharks who are connected to Colombian organized crime who have a big hold here in Iquitos, and they're basically threatening homie because I'm sure he's gotten into debt with them because he lost his entire house, and he's humble, and like they work as much as they can, but it barely adjusts. They barely have the money. And the dudes, the Colombians, when they give you a loan, they collect every day from you with the interest. So now they're arguing. They used to kill people who couldn't pay. But it's gotten better.
If he need, like, to de-escalate a situation right now, if he needs something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's the only thing. And to keep these Colombian loan sharks have people in a stranglehold, man. They go to the poorest places and get the poorest people with exorbitant interest rates, and they're all under the table, sketchy cash ass. So we just pulled up on homie just to check in. He's a friend. More than anything, this guy's my friend. He's the father of the kids I mentor. He's a good guy. They're arguing right now. The Colombians are saying, like, you pay when we want. You pay what's owed, and you pay it now.
If they ask right now what's happening, just be like, we're filming about to fundraise for their home. Nothing to do with that.
This is a reality that a lot of people here live. It's very common in the city to owe money to the Colombians.
Wait, no, keep talking here. Don't make it seem like it's about them, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's sketchy. The guy in the back was like, damn, dude, what the fuck? That was kind of weird and intense.
Me parece que con lo que ya han generado, no han podido comprar materiales.
Hemos comprado la calamina, hemos comprado palos, hemos comprado 35 planchas de calaminas.
Pero se supone que ustedes tienen que comer y otros gastos.
Sí, pues hay unos gastos. En la última actividad que nosotros hemos tenido no se ha podido llegar, pues no ve que se ha postergado. Ya necesitamos lo que es el apoyo para levantar una casita. Se tiene que hacer sacrificios para poder tener una casa para nuestros hijos. Ahí está la casita, ahí estamos viviendo.
Alain, ¿cómo estás? Nolan.
¿Qué tal, qué tal?
Mucho gusto.
hermano.
How
did you start working with these kids?
This is one of the best kids in Iquitos, man. People started listening to me because of my story. I spent a lot of time in the street and made really bad decisions and got out of them, you know, barely alive. So like people listen to me, they can tell. Imagine a gringo coming here and like I preach in the prison here as well sometimes. So like imagine people actually listening to me. That's because my story speaks for itself. And so more than anything, we're friends, bro. This is my friend. But yeah, we had like a little mentor group. We'd try to like read, you know, the Bible, and not just that, but like give advice and stuff. And this is that guy, bro. This is that
Bueno,
guy.
niño, you're a good youth.
Jesús, ha salido, sí, está en trabajo. Después de venir solo.
Where do they use the washroom?
They have a bathroom.
That's good. So it's crazy. What used to be inside the house is now just like they're almost like front veranda dining area. Yeah. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Nolan. Mucho gusto. Yeah, it's really the tent area really isn't that much. And what is there, 4 of them?
There's 5. I mean,
5.
The city's in such a mess. In like economic situation and the work opportunities are so bad, bro. You're in a world of pain,
So
and that's what's going on, man.
Where do they all sleep? Like there's a bed in there, and then do they just? I don't know. Like
No,
there's
everybody shares the bed, dog.
SWAT, dude. That's crazy. Wow.
We need help, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Real stuff.
I'm gonna probably toss them like 400 soles now.
These people back here are even less. They haven't been able to build anything. This house here, they haven't been able to build anything. Some people don't have family, bro. Some people like don't have a gringo to show up and try to help, like, bro. So it's rough. These are really good people, though. I put my word, I put my name on that.
You know what? Well, you know what I like about this video is like it's been about the dark side of the Amazon, but it's almost like we used these bad people like the Barujas and the loan sharks and the murderers to drag an audience in here, an audience of good people, and in turn they can help other good people who really deserve it. Because in places like this, you know, you don't have that many means to begin with, and then the little that you have is like taken away from you. Like that's some bullshit. Like they're literally like showering in a place like this. They have literally 1 bed in there. Probably this doesn't sustain rain too much.
No,
Here.
it gets wet. You can see the floor's still wet from rain yesterday.
I'm gonna let you give them the money.
I was gonna yup it, and cash is king. You guys, this house used to be also like a really nice house. Like they had a nice dining room.
Give that to them.
They had a nice dining room. They had like a nice bedroom for their daughter. They had like a nice TV area, sofa. It was always clean. It was a homely house. I used to come here to watch like football games, soccer games with them. Like, dude, it was a nice house, and they lost everything. 3 of their pets burned to death.
God.
Couldn't get out. And then you see here, like these other houses, bro, in the same state. And we think it was just one jackass. Like one jackass cost all these people their stuff. So.
Damn. It's rough. Andrew's gone to give him the 400 soles, but as I said, I think more important to that, if anyone could give literally anything, I'm going to put the description to the GoFundMe down below. And yeah, that would be an amazing contribution because, you know, we haven't seen some amazing places here in Iquitos. We've seen the darker side of Iquitos, but I can tell Andrew like really put someone on his back here in Iquitos. They're good people. So I can tell they're good people. So I think this is a good way to close out the video. I'd really appreciate your donations. They'll go to a great cause. They can really need it. All right. Thanks, guys.